colors of the rainbows are so bright.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here on this channel, I'm documenting my experiences living in the UK. I moved to the UK 4 years ago and I'm documenting the things that I've learned and things that I've experienced so far. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get notification when I upload new videos. Today's video is a follow-up, a part 2 of the previous video I did. If you haven't seen that, about the things I like about living in the UK, I'll put the link in the description box or somewhere so you can click on it and watch it. So I talked about the things I liked about living in the UK, and this video is going to be about the things I didn't expect. Cultural shock. Yes, when I moved to the UK, the things that like shocked me. I was like, what? Things that they didn't tell me when I was coming. That husband of mine he didn't warn me beforehand. So yeah, the things that I didn't expect when I moved here. First on my list is friendship is superficial. You could have a 10 minutes conversation with someone, a colleague, or someone. You could just chat 10-20 minutes, have a good chat, and then tomorrow they literally walk past you like they don't even know you. Yes, I've experienced this firsthand, and I was like, okay, is this something that I've done? Or what's happened? Why is she acting like she doesn't even know me? Even someone, a colleague you work with, you could even see her in a supermarket or, somewhere around outside work, and you're trying to make eye contact to say hello. They will even send you. They'll just blank you completely. It's so superficial, skin deep. Nothing is deep. And again, maybe because people are reserved, or it's the way people are being brought up, or maybe people don't really know you from like childhood. They find it difficult to like open up to you. I don't understand why it is, but I struggled with this and I didn't expect it. People are polite, don't get me wrong. People are very polite, even if they have impolite thoughts about you. I struggled with this initially when I started working. Some colleagues and you chat with them, and then tomorrow they just act like you guys had a fight in a dream, or you're sharing boyfriends, or something like that. And I was a bit like, sometimes you send a text and it takes someone 3 days to reply you, and I'm like, you're only saying hello, how are you? There's nothing major. You're not asking for money or asking for something big. Just want to say hello, and that person is taking 3 days to reply you. I understand people are busy. Don't get me wrong. I know everyone's got their life to live. There's so much going on in everyone's life. I totally get it, but I don't get that you have to wait for 3 whole days to reply a simple text. Food wastage. The level of food wastage is shocking. I've come from Africa, where we buy what we need. Food is very essential, so you only buy what you need, eat what you need, and if you've got excess, you save it for next day. But here, you find out that people just go shopping on a Monday, and the food is still in date. They haven't touched it, and by Friday, it's all in the bin. I understand that people can afford to because food is relatively cheap. I understand that, but I don't think that's a guarantee for you to still waste food. If you don't need it anymore and it's still in date, you can always donate it to food banks. There's so many food banks around. But yeah, people just waste food a lot, and I find it's painful to watch. It's painful to see that level of wastage in a developed society like this, where there's so much hunger in the world, where people can afford to just are not ashamed to throw away food, or get rid of food that still is okay to eat. So next is bland foods. Hey, this one, bland food. I like my spice. I like spicy food. I love spice a lot. And I'm just come here. There's so many lovely, fancy, beautiful restaurants, cuisine. If you look at it, you want to like swallow everything with the plate and everything and the pot. But at the end of the day, it's not spiced enough. I love my spice, and I'm sure you can understand why this one is paining me. I love my pepper. So these foods are not spiced enough. I'm having to have like pepper in my handbag. I don't really eat out a lot. I'm not one to always want to eat out. We don't eat out because I love to cook. So I'd rather cook than us going out. But every now and then you get invited to go out or to have dinners at places, and then you finish eating this gorgeous looking food only to find out that you know it's not spiced enough. And I realized also that they cook rice here without salt. I have never had rice without salt in it until I came to the UK. So yeah, the British people cook rice. Those that eat rice cook rice without salt. That's the way they cook it. I'm like, that's interesting. Next is the weather. Ah, the British weather. Even the British people are tired of the weather. If you want to start a conversation with a stranger here in the UK, talk about the weather, and then you can have like a 20 minutes conversation, and the person will obviously open up his, the whole life story to you just by starting the conversation with the weather. The weather is four seasons. That's how I describe it. It's four seasons in a day. 1 minute it's raining, then there's the sun, then it's cold, it's murky and grey, and I'm like, decide what you want to do now. Which one? So I'm always checking the weather before I go out. I didn't used to do it early, those days, early days when I moved. I didn't used to, check my phone. I would just go out. I was thinking that okay, it's gonna be fine. It looks all right. For where after like a couple of hours, I am freezing. I left my jacket at home, so I make it a point of duty when I'm leaving the house. I always check what's the weather gonna be like, and I arm myself with my raincoat, my umbrella, whatever I need. If I'm walking, I make sure that I'm wearing like shoes that are good when it starts to rain and all that. So yeah, the weather is very annoying. Back home in Africa, when it rains, it pours. For 3 hours it's raining and heavy rain. You don't get that here. You don't get like heavy rain. You just get this annoying rain that'll be trickling every from morning till night. Those small annoying rains. That's the one that is very prevalent here. So yeah, the weather very annoying. Next is small spaces. Oh my goodness, you not realize that how small the spaces are here. Their houses are small. They are quite small. Again, I think it's because of the nuclear family unit style. They don't have like extended families living together like we do, coming from Africa, where you have like your grandparents, your parents, nephews, cousins, aunties, the whole village living together. You don't have that here. You have like just a parent, husband and wife and one child, maybe two, that's it. So they have like their spaces are quite small, and again, maybe small spaces are cheaper to warm up because it's very cold in this country. So when you have small spaces, it's cheaper to warm it up, which I kind of understand. So if you're coming here, don't pack the whole village. Be careful how you're packing your bag and baggages, because there may not be enough space for you, let alone your bags. No, I'm just messing, but yes, you cannot have a lot of people come around like how we used to. Someone can just turn up at your door and they're gonna spend the night. That cannot happen here, because if you're living like in a one bed or in a two bed, and it's already occupied, maybe the children are in one and then you and your husband is in the other, where would the visitor sleep? But back home there's space. People just turn up and they sleep and they'll crash, and the next day they go about their business. That cannot be the case here. So everything is like well planned. You have to like call ahead and say, okay, I'm coming visiting 2 weeks time and all that, because you have to make arrangement for them. If they're going to stay with you, you have to make that arrangement. Lastly is the fact that at 18 you're an adult. You have a say how you want your life to be. Yes, this one is very controversial, and again, it's from my own personal experience and what I think. I don't think at 18 you should have that much say, if you know what I mean. Considering that at 18, I think you're still a child, not a child, but I still think that you're not mentally and financially mature to make some decisions. I see 18-year-olds making in this country. Like at 18 in this country, you can move out and move in with a man or your boyfriend and live as an item, as a couple at 18. I find that kind of like hold on a minute, you're still too small for this. There's so many decisions mentally, financially, emotionally, spiritually that you're not mature enough to make at 18. So I found it like odd. It's odd the right word. I found it like distasteful to see an 18-year-old having a say, talking back to their parents because they are 18 and they're old enough to do what they want to do. I particularly don't like that at all, and it was a shock to my system. At 18, my mom would tell me to sit down here and I will sit. I will sit. We had curfew. You could go out wherever you want to go to, but you had to be back at a particular time. At 6 p.m., we're back at home. Yes, at 18. At 6 p.m., we're back at home. Yes, even if you're already in uni and all that, my mom will be like, you're still under my roof, you're still my responsibility, and I can tell you what to do. And she was quite right, and I'm glad, no one, everyone is not brought up the way I was brought up. I understand that totally fine. Like I said, I didn't expect 18-year-olds to be making the decisions I find them making in this country. An 18-year-old can walk into the bank and apply for a credit card and they will be given. And at 25, they are neck deep in debts. They haven't even lived and there's just so much debt. Of course, an 18-year-old is not financially ready for what lies ahead. So I don't think they are. An 18-year-old who cannot cook, who cannot do their laundry, in my own opinion, they're not financially, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally prepared to live life on their own terms. So yes, guys, we've come to the end of today's video. If you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts about this video. And until my next one, bye.
There's a reason why the colors of the rainbows are so bright.